Hello and welcome to Indicator Warehouse. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you the new Template Manager, which is a booster for the Trade Manager. Template Manager is a great way for you to manage your strategies for Trade Manager. Now, of course, as we all know, each market and each instrument that we trade is going to move differently. Therefore, maybe we want to change up our profit targets or risk percentages. For example, let's just say that the oil market may give us bigger moves than, say, what we would typically get trading an instrument like the NASDAQ. So perhaps for the CL, maybe we want to use a bigger profit target than what we would do for the NASDAQ. Also, what we need to keep in mind is maybe our risk percentages might change as well. Maybe we're willing to risk a little bit more of our account size with the NQ than what we would say with the CL. I mean, let's face it, if we're trading multiple instruments using various algorithms, like say with diversified trading systems, we are more than likely going to have different risk percentages and profit targets for each different instrument. Template Manager is going to help you stay consistent with the strategies that you know work, the strategies that you create. But the other thing that it's going to do for you is it's also going to make your morning trading setup a breeze. You won't ever again have to ask yourself, what was the risk percentage for that instrument? Or what were those particular profit targets for that particular bird? Template Manager will allow you to create a template for each instrument, for each bird. You can then save it, name it, and then reuse it over and over again. Let me go ahead and let me show you how easy this new tool can help you create, save, and help maintain your consistency when it comes to using current Trade Manager strategies. All right, let's go ahead and then let's get started. I'm going to do the first part of this demonstration with the CL, and then the second half is going to be with the NQ, so I can make my point and I can show you guys the cool stuff that the Template Manager will do for you. So now I'm currently looking at the CL, and just for the demonstration, let's just go ahead and we're going to go ahead and pick some numbers here. The first chart that I'm going to set the Template Manager up for Trade Manager is going to be for my Eagle. So all I've got to do is this. I simply come in here, and maybe for the Eagle, for the CL, maybe I'm good with a 2% risk. Now, as we all know, the Eagle is designed for the bigger move, and maybe for my profit targets for the CL for the Eagle, maybe I want 40 ticks for the first profit target, and I'm going to go ahead and go for the gold, and let's just say a $1 move on the CL. Next, I'll come down here to where it says Save in the Template Manager, and all I've got to do is simply do this. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to call this CL Eagle, and that's going to be the name of my template. Next, I'll click Enter, and then all I've got to do is hit OK. Now I've applied the Trade Manager to my Falcon for the CL, and here you'll see the risk percentage is 0.5%. Maybe for the Falcon I want to risk 1.5%. And again, through my own homework and my own study, I've determined, let's say, that for a first profit target, 20 ticks is a good target, and perhaps maybe for my second target I like 40 ticks. Once again, I'm going to come down to where it says Save in Template Manager, and I'm going to call this CL Falcon. I go ahead and I click Enter, and it now saves my template. Next, all I've got to do is press OK, and there I have it. Last but not least, I'm going to go ahead and next I'm going to do my Hawk. All right, once again, I've applied the Trade Manager. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to change my risk for the Hawk. Perhaps I like 1%. And for the Hawk, I'm looking for a shorter term move. I'm going to go ahead and say 12 ticks for my first target, and let's say 22 ticks for my second target. And again, I come down here to the Template Manager. I name my template. I click Enter, and then all I've got to do next is just click OK. Now all my templates are saved. Let's go ahead now and then let's set up the NQ. Okay, for the remaining part of the video, since I've already showed you guys how to make a template, what I've done is with the NASDAQ, I've also created templates for that as well. Once again, keeping in mind that I might want to use different risk percentages for that instrument and different profit targets. So rather than go through setting up yet 3 more charts, because as you guys can see, it's pretty simple to create and save your own templates, I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to show you how much easier your morning setup is going to be. And because you've saved the templates, you'll never have to think about, gee, what were those profit targets or what was that risk percentage for that instrument ever again. So let's go ahead and then let's just get started here. I'm going to show you exactly how to do this. This is how I do it in the morning. I've already got Trade Manager on here. I'm looking at my CL Eagle. I come down here to where it says load. CL Eagle, click OK. There you go. Here's my CL Falcon chart. Again, strategies. Trade Manager, come down here to load. CL Falcon, there's the template. I click OK. Next, I'm going to get my Hawk, strategies, Trade Manager, go to load again. And there's my CL Hawk strategy already there waiting for me. I click OK. Now, of course, the next charts I want to set up is the NQ. I've already created these templates. So once again, strategies, highlight Trade Manager, load. All I've got to do, there's my NQ Eagle. Okay, strategy, Trade Manager. Now I want to load my NQ Falcon. Click OK. Again, I don't even need to think of what the risk percentage was that I've incorporated into my Trade Manager strategy. It's already there in the template for me. And last but not least, let's go ahead and then let's create our Hawk chart. Strategy. Again, Trade Manager, load, and my last template is going to be my NQ Hawk. I click it. I click OK, and then there's my strategy. And in each case, it's going to save the risk percentage that I've defined for that template, not to mention the profit targets. I also need to mention that anything that we decide to change within the Trade Manager, all we simply have to do is right-click, bring up the strategy, and one thing I wanted to point out is we can change anything we want within the Trade Manager and save it as a template. Maybe I've got a particular set of targets for the Eagle chart. However, maybe in this case, maybe I want to disable my auto break even parameters, where in this case, I have it set to true. Once again, anything and everything that you change, all you simply do once you've made that change is come down, come into the save box, name the template, enter, and then that particular template is saved for the next time that you open up Trade Manager. As we all know that when we flatten our account every night, the Trade Manager goes away and we do have to reapply it. So, with Template Manager, not only is it going to save us the headache of having to remember what those parameters actually were, but it's also going to save us some time. Well, all right. I hope you guys found this video to be helpful and informative. And if you have any questions regarding Template Manager or Trade Manager, please feel free to reach out to me at ray@indicatorwarehouse.com anytime. Thanks and have a great day.